Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Minjan. I will be the instructor for the Momentum Learning coding summer camps at the 3 levels. It is just an informational session, so we're not going to any of the details. So if you don't have a background in computer science, in programming, in coding, don't worry about it. You'll understand everything we say here, we discuss here in the session. In the meantime, if I have any question, please let me know. You can talk or you can send me text through the chat room, either to the public or to me in private message. Alrighty. And also you can contact me after class. You can send the emails to Momentum, the email, or can send me through my email address. I'll give you the address, the contact information at the end. This is a summer class or summer camp that will organize a combination of online and on-site. Momentum Learning is a facility in Houston, Texas. So if you are in Houston, Texas or close to us, then you can come here in person. We think the pandemic will be over by the time we have the summer camps. But if you cannot come here, your students cannot come here, right? I think should be okay to join the sessions online. Actually, for computer programming, online probably would be the best.
Different seminar,
the online sessions.
It's talking about the Momentum Coding Summer Camp.
Okay. There's one more here. Thank you. From my experience and also my the coaches and also private tutors, teachers conducting the teaching, computer science and also online essay writing probably would be the 2 subjects that will benefit the most from the online teaching. For all other subjects, probably would be not as effective as these 2, because we do conduct the, say, math Olympiads, physics Olympiads, chemistry and others. Still, face-to-face on-site teaching would be most effective. But for programming, coding, actually that does not affect the teaching much. Actually, even for the on-site teaching, we still use the Zoom classrooms. The Zoom classrooms will help us to share the content for every student, and every student can also see what I'm typing. And also the online sessions will make, will make the notes taking much easier. Just take a screenshot or using the save button from the Zoom toolbar. That is very convenient for students to organize notes and organize code after class. Okay, so this informational session, we're going to talk about the 3 coding camps, introductory level, bronze level in USCO, and also silver level in USCO. But we're going to start from the USCO contests. Okay, so let me get started here. USCO contests. Before I get started, right? USCO stands for USA Computing Olympiad. And you must have heard about, say, USA Math Olympiad. So that is change the C to M, or useful, change the C to physics, PH. Okay. If you have multiple devices in the same room, you need to turn off all but one, otherwise we're going to hear the echoing. So thank you for that one. USCO is a contest to check whether students can solve problems with huge amount of the computation or calculation. And we have to use creative algorithms, not just the brute force. And this contest is different from some other UIL contests in computer science that may focus on the programming languages themselves. This contest is not. Students can use Java, use C, C++, Python, Pascal, all the languages. And this contest is not about the language details or the features, rather it is about the algorithms and the underlying mathematics. So students need to learn how to design algorithms and also how to develop them using whatever language they are comfortable with. So the style is very similar to USMO, the Math Olympiad. Okay, in terms of the style, every season we're going to have 4 rounds. Each round we're going to have the longer time period than others contests, because we're going to have 4 hours, or the last round 5 hours for 3 questions. And many parents have known other contests, for example, AMC, right? Math Counts or AMC 10, AMC 12. Students have to finish, say, 25 questions within 75 minutes. So on average, students will have to, can only spend 3 minutes per question. 25. But in USCO, that's different. Every student can spend 1 hour and 20 minutes on average in the first 3 hours. That is long. So it is uncommon that you're going to find out the solution after you read the problem, and then in 5 minutes you say, okay, I know what to do. That's very uncommon. It is actually common within 1 hour, within 2 hours. You look at the 3 questions, you say, okay, I have no idea what to do with either one. That is common. So this is close to the IMO style, the International Math Olympiad style, where students will get 4.5 hours for 3 questions. So the same way, after reading the questions, many students would have no idea what to do with any of the questions. So in terms of the Olympiad contests, USCO and USMO are the closest in style. Of course, for USMO, right, the first several rounds from MC10, MC12, we don't have that even after Amy, right? Amy, we still have 15 questions in 3 hours. So after Amy, during the JMO and AMO, that would be closer. And finally to IMO, then would be the same as USCO. Okay, so let's get familiar with this one here, because we do have different contests. And actually many students participating in USCO contests would also be interested in other Olympiads, especially math and physics Olympiads. Okay, the USCO contest, there will be 4 rounds, 4 levels here. From season 2016, we have now 4 levels: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. On season 2015 and prior, there were only 3 levels: bronze, silver, and gold, which is similar to the sports Olympiad. But after 2015, due to many requests, so we need to add more levels. So now platinum has been added in. And probably this will change, because now the contest is getting more competitive. So students and parents are asking, can we have more levels? It's like playing chess, playing Go. There will be more levels, so students will feel more excitement. So I have been advanced, or have been promoted to the next level, the next higher level. We're going to see this one. We're going to talk about this in later, this contest is receiving more and more attention, and also it's growing so fast. USCO now, after 2016 season, now we're gonna have 4 rounds each year. So December would be the first round. So for season 2021, actually we started from December 2020. And then January we had the second round, February we had the second round, and then this year we have the last round, US Open round in April. It will be handled, administrated between April the 2nd through April the 5th. Every round, there will be a 4-day window from Friday through Monday. So during the 4-day period, students can choose a continuous block of 4 hours to solve the questions in the first 3 rounds. The last round, US Open, actually will be 5 hours. Okay, once you have clicked start button, the clock starts ticking for you. So whether you work on it or not, the time goes on, and when the time finishes, right, you're not allowed to submit your solution. And during the 4-hour or 5-hour period, you can submit your solution not just once, you can submit multiple times. And your solution, the last submission, will count toward your grade, your score. Okay, since the USCO contests start earlier, so for some students, this is good, especially for senior students, since the first round is in December, the round normally the 3rd Friday, so that should be right before Christmas, and you should know your results immediately. So this should still have help you to submit your result before the deadline for regular decision. Well, this one cannot catch the early decision. Normally that would be early November or mid-November. So that is, no contest would happen before that deadline. But this is the first one among the major Olympiads. So as I said, right, many students would have loved to participate in multiple contests. Some students will also try to adjust the schedule. So maybe in December and before December, students can focus on USCO, the computing Olympiad. And after that, if they have achieved the goal, they're going to focus on math Olympiads or physics Olympiad. So it depends. And some would come back, right? I'm done with my math, and then come back to focus on USCO again in April. So USCO is kind of different from other contests. It offers multiple rounds, so have offered flexibility for students to focus on one contest at a time. And I want to mention here for to many students and parents, don't try to compete or participate multiple contests at the same time, because you're not competing against just an average student. You're competing with the smartest students nationwide. So focus on one thing at a time. That many times would be better than doing multiple things simultaneously. Okay, so the USCO, as I said, right, this is the fastest growing Olympiad competition. Well, because the demands are high from industry and also from research. You just look at the number of the participants. The season 2021, the first 2 rounds, the number of the participants has outgrown the total participants 2 years ago. So this season, we're going to see the number doubled over 2 years ago, and this trend will continue. I did track the progress in the 3 major contests, math, physics, and computing Olympiads. About 6 years ago, USCO roughly had the same number of the participants as physics Olympiad, roughly 5,000, 6,000 annually. Now, USCO, the number of participants has gone over 25,000 annually. Of course, still much less than the number of the students in math Olympiads. If you add all the math competitions together, including the middle school, high school, individuals, and also groups, there will be 300,000 annually. And we believe within 10 years, the number of the participants for USCO would be bigger than the number of the students in USMO. Well, just more parents have realized the demand is high, especially for future career and job in STEM fields. And also a lot of the admission officers use the results from USCO contests as a criterion for admission process. Surprisingly, now we receive requests from students in college. Okay, college, there is also a contest, ICPC, International Collegiate Programming Contest. That is actually more competitive than the USCO. And it's organized in groups, in teams. Okay, USCO will still restrict the number of topics being tested. But for ICPC, the college contest, there is no limit. Any topic can appear. So some students, if they cannot catch up with the ICPC, they would start from the USCO. And actually, USCO participants, gold level and the platinum level, are highly sought in high-tech companies in the field of the big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Actually, I have students 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they have finished college and then they have joined the big companies. And they say, yeah, okay. The questions when they went to interview and also the research or the job they carry now at the big tech companies, actually very similar in the style and also the complexity and also the intensity that they have received in USCO training and also ICPC training. So in the next 20, 30 years, for the next generation of students, it will be their time to work with big data. So it is our conjecture. So maybe not everybody need calculus, but everybody will need to know computer science 101 in college. And also everybody has to be familiar with the term big data, because every field, we're going to see more and more data. And a lot of data processing will be there for everybody, whether you like it or not, it will be there. Okay, we're going to just share a few examples of the students, which we think are good examples. So this Mr. Lee has USCO Platinum, and it's well-rounded. Actually, it is strong in pretty much every aspect. So he got admission from almost every Ivy League universities. So this one is, USCO did help him to get the admission offers. So that's great, but not just USCO. This one is special, very well-rounded. Another student, Mr. Lu, also USCO Platinum, and very interested in AI and also in new energy, and went to UPenn. This is a new field for new energy using the data analysis. A lot of research needed. That is a hot topic. So he was very happy to join the UPenn for this direction. Mr. Nin, this student actually had USCO Gold. Why? Because when he was in high school, there was no platinum. So he got the highest USCO gold and had very strong interest in computer science and went to UC Berkeley and then went to Google. And he's happy with what he's doing now. Actually, he's not very good at communicating with others, but he's very strong programming skills. So he likes what he's doing. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised because now for youth school training, I do emphasize programming skills, logical reasoning, and also the ability to express yourself freely and also effectively. So you may see a lot of students in math Olympiad training being kind of nerdy, right? Not good at communicating with others. But for youth school training, especially for students achieving high levels, they are good at communicating or expressing themselves. So this is actually a little bit different. I was surprised. But anyway, he was very good. In terms of the programming skills, he was one of the top students I've ever seen. This student, Mr. Chen, very good in the 3 subjects, math, physics, and computer science, and he chose to join Caltech without surprise. I knew he would be happy in Caltech, which it was very demanding and also challenge, and he likes that environment. Mr. Guan, he's a junior yet, not senior, not in college yet, but he was very perseverant and very smart. Both he was strong, very strong in math and computer science. So he was invited to the training camp last summer. Hopefully he will join the summer camp again this summer. So for students like joining the training camp, college admission actually would not be hard. There is a question, is the language important for the summer camp? Actually, it's not important. For the introductory level, actually, we're going to start from Java. Why we pick Java? Because Java is the language that is used in high school computer science classes and also in the AP tests. So in USCO Bronze and Silver, we're going to still focus on Java. But from USCO Gold and the Platinum, we're going to use Java and also C++. And the two, actually, we're going to exchange freely. But we do not recommend using Python or Pascal because Python still is a little bit slow. Sometimes a question, no matter how hard you improve in Python, still you cannot finish in the time limit. So we're going to start from Java. And if students do not have the background, we're going to start from the beginning. Back to this one here. So let me just talk about, right? Every year, only 24 students will be invited to the summer training camp. Out of the 24, 4 would be chosen to form the Team USA to join the International Olympiad of Informatics. Every country will have 1 team, 4 students to participate. So of course, right, if a student can be chosen to join the Team USA, right, then of course, no problem for college application admission. Actually, if a student can join the summer training camp, that's top 24 nationwide, again, no problem for college admission. Actually, most of the time, college will apply to students, say, Jack, would you like to come to us? And we'll give you the financial help. Okay, another question asking, is the content in summer camp the same as regular class? Actually, we're going to talk about that one, but I can answer here. The content actually will be roughly the same, but we're going to take a much faster pace. Remind me if I forget this later in the session, all right? Let me go finish this part here, and then we're going to go to the details. Another student here, this is Ms. Chen. Okay, I want to mention here, right, for Math Olympiad, Physics Olympiad, and Computing Olympiad. Normally, this one is a field for boys. Okay, but for USCO, this one is actually this one is different. As I said, right, we're going to focus on the abilities on two aspects. One is logical reasoning. The other one is expressing yourself. Actually, for female students, sometimes this is to their advantage. Okay, the student actually got promoted to platinum in sophomore year, 10th grade, and joined the MIT Primes. And actually, she stopped doing the USCO training. Why? Because she's almost in MIT, and actually she would join MIT in the fall. So she is actually very outstanding in expressing herself. Whenever she has an idea, she can translate her idea into code in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, while some other students, even though maybe more advanced in math, logical reasoning, would take much longer, 30 minutes, and now we're still struggling with the bugs. So she's very efficient in translating and without the bugs. So that is extraordinary. Okay, so I want to emphasize here, right? The training here, USCO training may be a little bit different from the other two, math or physics. Here we do emphasize the logical reasoning, being creative. The other one is the express ability. This one is very important later in their studies and also career. Even they have the products, if they cannot sell effectively, that's still not good enough. And we believe, right, in the next 20, 30 years, a lot of the chances would arise. A lot of chances would arise, and then the students or the people, right, who have the ability
He taught you.
Who can sell the products effectively would have the advantage, because the field will be very competitive and fast evolving. So we really emphasize students to train the abilities on both aspects. Okay, I did have a question, but I did not hear carefully. So if I missed your question, can you send the message to through text? Thank you. So our goal is for the 3 different camps. We're going to first to get students familiar with the programming basics. That's for the introductory camp. That will be the first camp. I can change back to I want to go to this part here. If you check the Momentum website, momentumlearning.org, and then these are the schedules for the 3 camps. So the introduction to Java, that will be the first one that happens in June 21st through 25th. Then the silver, that's June 28th through the July 2nd, and then bronze will be July 5th through the 9th. Okay, we're going to get the students familiar with the, let me go to this one here. Familiar with the programming basics first, and then they're going to continue if they are really interested. And also partially answer the question as a previous question. What about the content difference? So the bronze camp and also the silver camp, actually, we encourage students that have finished the year-long class joining the camp if they did not get the promotion. Okay, we do have one more chance this season. That would be April the 2nd through April the 5th. If they did not get the chance, the promotion they wanted, right, they can join the summer training camp. The training camp actually will have a more intensive training in a week, 6 hours per day, 5 days a week. And then they're going to immerse themselves into the training. Of course, right, students, if they have finished the introductory camp, they can also join the camp the bronze camp in the summer. But that would be very demanding. Okay, there is question. Understanding of Java but not bronze, they can also join the summer training camp. This is more helpful for high school students because they don't want to take the year-long class for bronze or silver. So if they can shorten time in the summer, taking the summer training camp in the bronze level, and then starting in the fall 2021, they can start the silver level class. But for middle school students, if they're really interested and advanced, they can do this one. But normally we do not recommend middle school students to take the summer training camp using 1 week to finish the work that normally they're going to finish in 1 year. So it's your judgment, and also depending how determined your student is. So that's for the from the beginning. And we're also going to, for this right, actually this summer we're going to prepare just the bronze camp and also the silver camp, and we're not going to offer the gold camp or the platinum camp. But we still want to get students, help them to get promoted to higher and higher levels in USCO. As I said, right, there are a lot of the boys in the training, very few female students in the training. So for a female student training, if they can get the platinum title, that's very rare and very helpful for the college application process. But for boys, many times that's not enough. Just like for USMO, JMO, AMO actually not guarantee an admission ticket to the universities they want. But for female students, many times that's very helpful. This is actually the short-term goal, and then the longer-term goal is to help students to prepare for their future career and jobs in the fields artificial intelligence, machine learning, and a big term is the big data. So no matter what you do here, right, AI or machine learning, all of them, they have to deal with big data. Otherwise, you don't have to use the techniques in USCO training or the ICPC training. And sometimes we also have another contest, Kaggle. All of these contests or the training, one common theme is the big data. You have to work with huge amount of data to find out the pattern, to find out the underlying mechanism. Okay, there's another message here. Okay, answer the first question. Is the content duplicate? Actually, the content will be different, but the topics and then the skills would be the same. So we're not going to jump the level of the skills and then the concepts. That would be the same, but the content will be different. Okay. There's a question: how do you calculate the score? Actually, every student in my class would know how to calculate the score. After finishing every problem, we know the score, and we have explained how the score is calculated. So right after the contest, every student knows his score or her score. The only thing unknown is the passing threshold. Out of the 1,000 total points, if a student gets the perfect score, right, 1,000, of course, that would be promoted. Actually, after maybe just within 2 minutes, the student will see this, the message. Do you want to get promoted? Of course, right? Everybody will be happy to click the button, say yes, and then we'll get the promotion. Otherwise, we're going to see the passing threshold determined normally within a week after each round, and then the students will know whether he or she gets the promotion. Okay, what grade would recommend for students to take the summer camp? Depends, right? For the introductory camp, middle school students can join. Actually, any student who has finished algebra actually knows how to work with variables and equations, then they can start training in USCO, I mean, the introductory level. And actually, for students who have finished the introductory level, they can actually take the APCSA class in high school. If students have experience with Python, actually, they can find it much easier. Python actually would be an easier language than Java. Java is a strongly typed language, so sometimes would be more tedious to work with. Python is weakly typed, so many times students find Python easy to code. Java or C++ harder because the grammar is more strict. Okay, so, but anyway, any programming experience will help them to get used to the coding contest. What if the problem is so easy that everyone gets 1,000? Actually, that has never happened. Actually, there are more students, more participants for each round now. So it's getting harder and harder. Actually, many of the Platinum students in this season, 2021, complained it is getting so hard, even after the contest. Actually, in the past Feb round and Jan round, the questions, after we see the solution, after we see the analysis, still taking hours and hours trying to figure out how to do with the, how to solve the problems. So it is much harder to get the, the high score, not to mention the perfect score. But why the passing threshold is getting higher this season? Well, a lot of students with strong math background are joining this contest. Actually, I heard one student telling me he has a friend whose friend was the in the math team USA, the IMO team, and joined the USCO contest. Well, of course, right, got promoted from bronze to platinum within one round. So you see, right, a lot of attention has been drawn to this contest. Okay, so I know for parents and for students, the trophy, the medal, very important for college application. But I think, right, also put your eyesight, right, maybe a little bit further. So getting to a college, the ideal college is important, but I think getting ideal job after the college would also be important. So please look a little bit further. So think about it. If you really want to do STEM, right, in your future job, then probably focus more on the big data, AI, and machine learning. And then just treat this one, your school training is just maybe the first step. Of course, right, if you can achieve platinum level and also getting into training camp or even Team USA, then you're in good shape. Actually, a lot of people in charge at the the big tech companies, especially for big data departments, you can find out you have a lot in common. And actually, most of the departments, right, the people, the managers, right, in charge are people have similar experience. Yes, if a student is familiar, comfortable with the Java language, then he or she is welcome to join the summer training camp in bronze. All right, okay. These are the descriptions for the four different levels. Actually, we're going to offer the 3 levels: introduction to programming. This one we're going to use Java. Again, the reason is Java is still the language we administrated the APCS classes in high school and also APCS IP tests. And this actually was designed, or we used C++ till 2004. After that one changed to Java. So this may change also. Actually, now Python is getting a lot of attention. Actually, Python has taken the crown, the most popular language, actually 2 years ago. Java is no longer the most popular one, but still there is a delay, a lag behind. So Java is still the official language in high school and also a lot of universities for the teaching in computer science, because it is the first language who can truly claim the object-oriented programming. So it is still the official language, but we do not use the features of object-oriented programming in USCO. Actually, language is actually not important. As I said, right, if a contest does put the take this into consideration, C++ is faster, so it would a solution written in C++ would be given less time. Java is slower, so would be given more time. But so far in USCO, Java and Python would be given the same amount of time. So sometimes using Python would be at a disadvantage. So we still use mainly Java and C++. So the introduction to programming mainly would be in Java, but the analysis, the skills, concepts apply to C++, to Python, everything the same, because we only use the fundamentals of program flow. Okay, so that is for the first level. Oh, good question, Rachel said, right? Do we have homework? Actually, we do, or we don't. Why? If a student spends 6 hours in class, and that would be enough for them to organize notes and organize code, right, in class. If they did not get this done, sometimes they have a bug, mistake, and in class they did not have the time to thoroughly debug. So they will spend still hours offline, off class, to finish that. So in general, we say every day in the summer training camps, we don't have extra homework problems, but they would spend still quite some time organizing notes and organizing code. Okay, so let's go ahead. That's for introduction. So for Java, for programming introduction, we're going to just introduce the basics. Okay, this actually applies to any language, as I said, right? Okay, for bronze, we're going to start actually talking about the USCO competition. Students need to understand what the question is. And you know, all students who have been through the training right now, every USCO problem is about Farmer John and his favorite cows. Sometimes the cows may have, say, 10, maybe 100, sometimes maybe hundreds of thousands of them, or sometimes even millions of the cows. So sometimes students are kind of happy, or say interested to say every question why we have the cows. Well, because we're going to translate the math idea, or try to hide the idea behind the story about the cows and then the Farmer John. So they need to first understand the question, so recover what the math problem is behind it, and then design a algorithm. For bronze, actually, we don't need to pay attention to the efficiency. That means how effective, how fast your code will run. At the beginning, we just want to make sure your algorithm, your idea is correct. And then you're going to translate your idea to a computer program. And then you can run it and then get the right result. So that is the first level bronze contest. So students need to understand the question and then come up with a right idea and then implement the idea. Okay, of course, now USCO is getting more competitive. So some bronze questions, we also have to pay attention to the efficiency. So if you don't pay attention, if you just say, come up with an idea and implement it naively, you may still get the right result, but that will be out of time. So even though you get the right answer, but if you don't get the answer within the time limit, you still don't get the credit. So now we do, actually, this was different. This is different now from maybe just a few years ago. Before, we don't pay attention to the efficiency. Now we also talk about efficiency from the very first level, bronze. And of course, right, silver. Starting from silver, efficiency is the focus of USCO contests. Okay. From now on, we're going to introduce the different data structures and also the algorithms associated with these data structures, and also the skills and the techniques, the well-known algorithms. So students will be trained to improve their ideas. So sometimes idea is working, it's fine, but it's not efficient. So how do we improve it? So students will have the chance to go from different aspects. Sometimes we're going to improve our test cases. By working on the test cases, we're going to find out, hey, what is the bottleneck for the problem? And of course, sometimes we're going to say, how do I change my design? If I go this way, it will take so much time. If we go another way, what is the difference? Does it take more time or does it take less time? So students will be in constant this try and error. If I do this, what will happen? If I do that, what will happen? And then how can I make it faster, faster and faster until it would be fast enough and it will pass all the test cases. Okay. We're going to work on the past contest problems for bronze and silver. Okay, this probably would be the best training. The past contest problems, USCO has provided all the past problems in the past 10 seasons. So all the information would be available at usco.org. That is the website also students take the contest. Okay, we do have the gold level and the platinum level, but I have to mention, right, this one, there is no summer camp for gold level, and also there is no summer camp for platinum level this season. But we do have the classes to prepare students to get promoted from gold to platinum, and also from platinum, trying to be invited to the summer training camp. Of course, right, this is like the pyramid. At the bottom, the number of students will be big, right? Each time they get promoted, right, the number of students would get smaller and smaller and smaller. At the top, only 24 students would be invited to the training camp, and only 4 will be asked to form the Team USA. So that's just a fact, right? The higher level it is, the higher the level is, then the more competitive and the harder it is to get in there. The camp information, we're going to have the 5-day summer training camp, and in every camp, we're going to have 6 hours per day. So sometimes this is good, especially if your student, right, spends a lot of time in the summer playing games. This may be a good thing. Well, this will only last for 1 week. And many times, right, after the 1 week, some students will spend a lot more time trying to finish what they have learned. Actually, some of them, right, got so interested, and then they spend a lot more time than you would expect them to do. There's a question, how much duplication? Actually, as I said, right, the coverage would be the same. The skills, the concepts, the algorithms, but the problems, the illustration would be all different. Okay. Also, this one would be online sessions for most students if you're not in Houston, Texas. And we do offer this option if a student, right, wants to come to the classroom. Yes, we can offer that. Depends. This may still is to be decided. If most students want to go online, yes, that's fine. But it's okay. Even you stay at home, right, you have the same experience. Because as right, even in class on site, we still use the Zoom session, because that will make it easier, much easier to take notes, to see the code, right? Taking notes of the code, that would be hard if you have to copy by pen manually. But if you use the computer, right, take a screenshot, that's much, much faster. We do recommend or ask, right, strong interaction, because that's the way you learn the best, especially learn from the mistakes. And questions, confusion, right, should be sent to the instructor. And then this is highly recommended. If the question or the confusion, right, is not just for one student, then I would be very happy to address them in class in the next session. We're going to have, at the end of the camp, right, we're going to have a mock contest, maybe 1 hour or 1 day before students can prepare. And then at the end, we're going to discuss the results. One more thing, right? This one is fast pace, much faster than the year-long class at the same level. So the bronze level, normally, right, we're going to say, which we're going to take 1 year from fall semester to spring semester. But this training camp, we're going to shrink it, condense into 1 week. So students would be prepared to work much longer hours every day. Okay, do most students take 4-hour rounds? The question, right? Yes, every student will take 4 rounds if they have the time. Actually, they have the freedom, right? For each round, there are 4 days. So during the 4-day window, a student can take just 4 hours or 5 hours at their convenience. In the concepts, the solution is just the code, not the design. Design does not work. So students have to submit the code, but in any language, that's fine. Okay, good question, right? What happens after taking the summer camp depends. For some students, right, if they have taken the bronze camp and they feel they are confident, right, by working on the past bronze questions, they can finish and then get the results, maybe say 800 out of 1,000, or say almost all test cases, right, they can finish. Then yeah, why not just start silver in the 4th semester? And if they can do the silver, they can join the gold class in the 4th semester. So if they can finish this level in summer camp and feel confident, they can just join the next higher level in the 4th semester. Oh, the rounds and also the levels, every round there are 4 levels. So this is also a little bit different from other Olympiad contests. So once a student has been promoted to silver, next round, right, will start from silver. Also next season will start from silver. Once a silver, always silver. Once a gold, always gold. Once a platinum, always a platinum. So students don't have to repeat from the entry level bronze. We do actually in gold and platinum, we do use Java and C++. Actually, sometimes we're going to explain in Java, sometimes we're going to explain in C++. But we do not teach the C++ in the introductory level, bronze or silver, but we do offer the C++ language at the beginning of the gold class. Textbook, we're going to have the curriculum self-included, so you don't have to take anything outside of the classroom. I do provide this website, right? If you have not logged into this one, who have not checked this one here, please use this one here, momentumlearning.org/summercamps, as I just showed you here. Actually should be this one. So this one is momentumlearning.org, and you can go to this one. That's the momentumlearning.org, the homepage. This one is just for the summer training camp, the coding camp. And I do have code. Okay, this one here, and just a few more minutes and then we'll be done. The resources. Okay, so the contests. So the actual contest will be at this location, right? usco.org, and also the past contest problems also at this website. Actually, it contains a very rich resource for the preparation, not just for the USCO contest, and also for subsequent training. If a student wants to continue, say for ICPC, for Kaggle, for the later data mining, for AI, for machine learning, all those training, right? There are a lot of information there. Can you pass 2 levels in the same round? Yes. So for example, right, if a student can get a perfect score in bronze and then get promoted, you know, just instantaneous, right? then the next day, the student can take the silver contest. If he or she gets, again, a perfect score, then the next day, she or she can take the silver contest. That's why it's right. A student can get promoted from bronze to platinum in one round. So just three contests, bronze contest, and then silver, and then gold, and get promoted to platinum. So this one is good, right? For example, a student gets a lot of training from now on till December 2021. So if his or her level has been, say, to gold, then when December comes, right, the student can take the bronze contest, get a perfect score. Next day takes the silver contest, and then the third day, right, can take the gold. So there is no delay. That actually will help a lot of students in high school when the students, right, already in, say, 10th grade or junior year. So he or she cannot wait, for the next 2 rounds or the next 2 seasons, right? Just 1 season, a student can get the promotion as high as possible. And of course, right, this website, useful guide, this has been up just in the past several months, led by Benjamin Chi, who has been a 2-time IOI #1, who was in the Team USA twice. And he and a few, group of other IOI students have built this website, and it can be very helpful. A few other websites that can be helpful, Code Forces. This one is very, it's also a contest website. The style is very similar to USCO and also ICPC. So a lot of students are there getting the information. Of course, right, I am also a frequent visitor there. UVA Online, this one is mainly for the ICPC contest. The style is similar, but the difficulty level may be a little bit higher. So some students in high level may use this site for training. Another site, this one, not exactly the same, but also would be useful for especially for beginners, geeks. You can check this one, and also some others. And eventually, right, you can have, I'll be there to help you. And my contact is min.tutoring@gmail. I'm going to put it here so everybody will see here, min.tutoring@gmail.com. So whenever you have any question, confusion, or problems, send me email. Okay, the question, if a student takes the bronze camp and if he or she feels comfortable, then can just start the silver level in the 4th semester. First time, always start the round bronze. Yes, that's true. Everybody starts from the bronze level. Cannot skip level. The question, I need to check a few questions back here. Compared with lead code, actually lead code comparably would be between silver level and gold level. USCO gold and platinum would be harder, sometimes much harder than the problems at lead code. Okay, I think I've talked enough here. Okay, one more question. I'll answer here, the last question. The videos, yes, the same as the classes that we conduct year-long. The summer training camp will also going to have the videos available. So if you have registered, you'll be given the video link at the Google Drive, so a student can watch it. Sometimes this can be helpful, right? If in class, I did not really understand, so maybe after class, I'm going to watch maybe a few times and see, maybe I can get a better hint or understand better, and eventually I'm going to understand. Also, if say I could not make it today, can I watch the video to learn it? So that is the case. Yes, you would get the link. Okay. Again, our time is up. I need to stop here, but you're welcome to send your questions, comments to me, or send comments to the, here, you can do the contact momentum. Actually, Fida is very helpful. She's very nice and very responsive. Actually, sometimes I may get a little bit delay, later reply. Sometimes I get too many request emails. Actually, I'm trying to get myself checking the trash folder in my Gmail. Sometimes some of the emails may be sent to the trash folder. So this does happen. So anyway, I'll try to respond as fast as I can. And if you don't get response from me, right? So please send one more time. Okay. It is my pleasure to help the students. I know this is exciting for a lot of students and parents. Just think about, right, in the next 20, 30 years, the explosion of data, information, data science. And if your students can get prepared earlier, that would be a very good start. And so I wish everybody, every student, right, a big, bright future. So please, if I can help you, that would be my pleasure. So I'll stop here. I'll see you guys later.